Hi guys. Welcome back guys. Tailgate Talk. My voice is a little cranky today, so you'll just have to deal with it. Taran Tactical, Benelli M4, Beretta 1301 Tactical. Showdowns guys, yet again. Very similar, but also very different platforms. And I'm going to go into a little bit about this. I don't know if this is going to be a 1-part, 4-part, 9-part video, or if I'm just going to, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But I freelance all my stuff. That's why it's so bad. If you guys are thinking about purchasing one of these fine shotguns, I will talk a little bit about them, kind of the differences out of the box. Obviously, this guy here has been upgraded and is not in the factory configuration. This is a factory configured gun. So with that, we'll start with some butt action and we'll work our way up to the tip. Both are 12 gauge. Factory Benelli M4 stock. Fixed stock. This is the Mesa Tactical stock that comes factory on this 1301 Tactical. It is adjustable for cheek height. The comb is adjustable. It does have sling loops, so you can put slings on both sides. It is pretty easy to do. You have to take the butt pad off, and then it just pops off, and you raise it up. It's got, I think, three different notches in case you want to put an optic on there. Both pistol grips feel almost identical. Coming over here, and I'll talk kind of factory and this Taran build versus just factory. So, oh, look at my fingerprints all over this filthy gun. Taran Tactical added a extended safety onto this. Factory is very small. Factory safety here, so it is an oversized safety. Charging handle. This is the Taran Tactical charging handle. It is about a 1/4 inch bigger. This is their honeycomb charging handle. It is factory, but it is very big. This guy does not rotate. This guy does not rotate. Excuse me. Coronavirus, probably. Bolt release. Taran bolt release. This is aftermarket. The factory one just comes with a little circle, much like this screw here. So it is just a button. If you want to have one of these installed, you have to take out the roll pin here. This pops out. You have to basically machine, drill and tap a screw into there, and then you thread that into that. Factory comes with, very nice. It's flat. It doesn't protrude. Easy to hit. This is easy to hit too. This guy is not threaded on. This is just a piece. As far as I know, it might be it's attached somehow, but it doesn't have an Allen head screw there, so I don't foresee this coming loose. This has yet to come loose, but there is a possibility, as always. The bolt on the Benelli is normally very polished. They are very clean. Very smooth board actions. This has obviously been done up by Taran Tactical. It's been fluted. It's been coated. They are not quite as nice factory, but they work from the factory, so go figure. I compare the 1301 to the Benelli M4, kind of like doing like an AK-47 to a nice AR-15 build. Both are going to be reliable. Both are going to do the job. This is going to have a little bit finer details. This is going to be a little bit more utilitarian. Obviously, this is a military grade shotgun. This is a more of a sporting tactical shotgun, I would say. Both are tactical, but this is fielded obviously by the Marine Corps and a few other branches of the military. Beretta, I do not believe, is being fielded by any military. I think some law enforcement uses them, and that's kind of where we start running into some differences. This gun here, you can see the standard sight is a metal housing. This is a polymer housing. Not a huge deal. I've never broken one of these. This is my second 1301 that I've owned. My first one I was not rough on, but I used it a decent amount. I've never had an issue with this sight being broken. This is metal, I would assume, just due to military contracts and design features. Polymer, robust. Both are adjustable. You can kind of see if I can do a better job filming. Both are adjustable elevation. They look very similar in that sense, but again, metal and polymer. Coming up underneath these guys here, and this gun, my Taran build here, is a little bit unique, so I can't really fault Beretta for anything actually, but I have a metal trigger guard on this one. This is an older model, Benelli M4. You can see it is metal. This guy is polymer, not polymer. The current production M4s have a polymer trigger guard in them now, so that is one thing to note. This is aftermarket. I did put that on. I like side saddles. This is brand new today, so I did not. This is kind of beveled. The loading port is kind of beveled, so you can get in there nicely. It's got a decent follower. Loading port. There is the follower. This is the Taran Tactical follower. This has been not only changed from factory. The factory one looked a lot like this, but a little different. Not only changed from factory, but also changed from the Taran Tactical. This has been modified a little bit to clear for some clearance issues, so it's been all trued up. This is a dream to load. When this is in a factory configuration, it kind of pinches your fingers. Anyways, like I was saying, it looks very similar to this. It's a little longer. But your fingers will get pinched in. My fingers, and I've shot a few Benelli M4s, and they're all kind of the same. They kind of hurt to load after a while because your fingers get pinched in. The Taran lifter kind of mitigated that. This one is kind of a unique piece. They did modify this to clear a little bit better and a little bit more reliably. One thing to note, this is a factory follower. It does have a nipple pushing nipple. It does have a little nipple or indentation that pushes around farther out. If you have a flat follower on this, it will jam the round. If you put a round in the ejection port, like doing it from the match saver or the side saddle, it could and does get underneath the barrel or underneath the chamber and jam up. This guy has a flat follower, but I've never had an issue with that, and I've done a lot of testing on this guy. So moving on down, we have our next difference here, and just kind of continue on. You can kind of see, so we're level, haphazardly level. Everything is pretty much going to be the same up until this point, and then we start running into differences. Okay, we'll continue on with the handguards. This has been stippled by, this is a match saver. That's a Taran Tactical thing. That doesn't come with a factory one. This one has it. It's just a +1. Gun goes empty. Swipe it in. Slam it home and send another round. saves the match. Stippling done by Taran Tactical. The factory stuff is not near as aggressive and borderline inconvenient if you're shooting this outside of anything that's not dry. This stippling is very aggressive, and one of my favorite things, very clean, very cleanly done, and it is appropriately textured. There's enough grip to actually hold on to, but not enough that you're going to chew up your hands. It is short. The handguard is short. Not short enough to actually need, you know, a longer one, but I don't have huge hands, and you can see kind of where I would be limited on holding my gun. Not really needed because it's right about the right position anyways, but something to note. Coming down, you can see here, and now we start running into differences again. We're the same here. You can see how much shorter we've become. We've already lost about an inch, maybe an inch and a half of length. Okay, the handguard starts here. We're still at the ejection port there. So we have this long handguard. It's one piece, which I like. This is a two-piece design, which is kind of an issue, but it just... Strength and reliability, no issue, but just putting it back together, it's a little more cumbersome than just a one piece. This is a one piece, slips on just fine. Okay, it has some factory stippling all around it. It has some on the bottom and on both sides. This guy, and you can see the two-piece design right here. This has got the stippling all around. Again, the factory one does not have as aggressive stippling. This is almost an ideal handguard. It's slim, it's long, the stippling is good, no issues. Coming on down, and again, we'll straighten this little guy back out to level. We're still here. So we have a 2-round extension from Taran Tactical. Now the Benelli M4, at least this model, did not come with the 7-round tube. Some of the like M101s or M10 somethings, they had a solid one-piece tube. Most of the M4s that you're going to find are going to have the 5-round, and it's going to have this guy right here, or it's going to have like a weird little stopper, a plug, and right there. And I think most of them do have the little plug. It kind of looks like this, but it's not an actual magazine tube. It's just a long plug. Toolless design on the Benelli M4. To take the barrel off, it is toolless. Unscrew this, everything comes apart. Easy peasy. This guy here does not have a front sling stud, which I don't really understand why this is. Oh, it does. I'm a chode. I'm a liar. I'm a liar. It's got one sling stud right there. Whatever. I believe you can switch it from left to right. This guy here, however, is not toolless. This is not a toolless design. It is not hard to do, but it's not toolless. I'm not going to take this apart in the field unless I have a tool with me. Now you might say, well, what kind of tool do I need? I need an Allen wrench to take off the barrel clamp and magazine clamp. It does have flush cups on both sides, which are nice. They work well. It gives you a little bit of options. This is a factory 7-round tube. And the 1301 comes equipped differently. There are a bunch of different options, but that being said, this is a 7-round tube. So this is their factory. This is polymer coated metal, I believe. That is just metal. Both flush fitting. And again, now we start seeing we're almost 2 inches shorter. Both are the 18-inch barrels. And this gun is overall about 2 inches shorter, 1.5 to 2 inches shorter. And now the biggest thing, this stock and this stock, I don't know if they're interchangeable, but they're damn near interchangeable. Okay, guys, it's the receivers that are different. I want you guys to take a look, see how long this guy is. This is you. This is the benelli she told you not to worry about. So they've shortened a lot of stuff up in this area here, and this is where you start seeing things differ. You have 2.5 fingers here, you have 4 fingers here. It's a significant difference. And again, short, long. So there is a difference in weight. This gun is significantly lighter. They didn't have the military contract, so they don't have to put as many steel parts on here. Again, more utilitarian, military-esque. More of a sport, modernized, I want to say steel frame 1911 and a Glock, but there's a lot more polymer technology in here than there is in here. Even down to, where did it go? Even down into here, both of these are piston-driven guns. This has the lightning piston system. This gun is remarkably a fast-shooting gun. It is smooth and fast. This has a twin piston benelli magic thing going on. It's all housed in a metal housing. This has polymer on the piston area inside underneath the handguards. I'm not taking this apart, so watch a different channel if you want to. But again, you're looking at probably almost a 2-pound difference between these guns. 2 pounds is a lot. That's a lot if you're shooting a decent amount. That being said, it is not a whole lot of extra recoil you are experiencing through this 1301. It is a little bit more, but not much. I would still give this to my domestic partner, Boondock Wraith, to shoot. A very dainty gentleman. As well as this. So it's not going to like deter you that much. But that being said, this is a look for now, kind of at the differences. I'm going to continue on. I'm going to do some side-by-side shootings here and there. You also have a choice whether or not you're going to run a loop style or just a standard sling stud, like a swivel. You don't have that option here unless you modify this stock, so that's another plus here for that. This butt pad is quick removable. And but when I say quick, guys, you didn't even see that, okay? I'm that good. It is, oh no, I broke it. It is quick removable, and if you do have 2 hands, it will go back in there and make it a little nicer to put on. I'm gonna fail in front of you guys multiple times. Yep, I give up. But that being said, you can access everything, take the stock off easily. This guy, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that with this gun. It's a little bit more difficult to do. I believe you can just, once you take apart, take the bolt out and the stock out, you can just twist this off, I believe. So again, you're not toolless here. I believe you're toolless for the most part there. This just kind of twists in, locks into place. This is actually bolted in. What's better, I don't know. Just different. So, but thank you guys. We're at 265 followers, I believe, 61, 65, something like that. So I do appreciate it. We will be getting more into depth. I'll be doing some shooting demonstrations with both, and going from there once I can figure out how to put this thing back. Another thing too, helps mitigate some of that. This has got almost like a limb saver style recoil pad. It really helps with reducing the recoil. This is just a hard plastic or hard rubber. So, and that's probably why you don't really experience a lot of, see that, guys? It's probably why you don't experience a lot more recoil from this compared to this, because you're saving a decent amount of weight here versus a gun like this has a lot more weight, so it's going to absorb more recoil just by having the weight. This is going to absorb recoil not only by the lightning system and the way the bolt works, but this limb saver pad is going to be a huge thing for this gun. So it's really easy to stay on target with this. It's easy to stay on target with this, but this gun is 2 pounds lighter. So, you know, if you're out there shooting 25 rounds through it, you're not going to notice a difference. If you're out here spending a whole day, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours shooting this, 200, 300, 500 rounds, you will appreciate the extra 2 pounds. So, that being said, guys, thank you for tuning in. That's a look. I will be doing some range shooting with these. I might get a couple guests to shoot the guns and see what their reactions are. Taran Tactical. Just kind of operating features of both, seeing how the guns run, and we'll go from there. So tune in, guys. Thank you. Hit that subscribe button if you want to. If you don't, please don't. Be true to you. It's kind of my thing. So thank you, guys. I'm gonna call this a video for now, and we'll see you back out on the range or the tailgate.